Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you've been having an incredible weekend. It's been pretty busy just in terms of news. So I'm going to go ahead and give us about maybe 15, 20 seconds, see if anyone wants to kind of shuffle in here. Today, we are going to be covering what has been going on at the Cannes Film Festival. We're going to cover how stupid film Twitter is. It seems like now that things are actually opening up, people on that forum are actually getting dumber and dumber. The Emmy nominations are out, so we will kind of zip by those. But I think the bigger thing will be to see if whether or not people are actually going to care about the Emmy nominations. If anyone is in the room right now, go ahead. Do you care about the Emmys? Like, are you going to watch the Emmys? We're going to break down. Space Jam is out today. I have not watched it yet. It's going to be raining this weekend, so I'm probably going to be indoors for a good bit of it. At some point, I'm sure I'll probably go shopping, but I'm going to watch Space Jam. I feel like this is a little bit too big of a movie. So, hey, you're probably not going to watch it, but that is actually going to be the review of next week. And then I'll just kind of preview the review that's supposed to be coming out later. For everyone that's been watching the channel today, the review of Zola has not dropped yet. Things just got a little hectic today. I apologize for that. After this, give it about 15 minutes, and then the review of the week will be up. So it's been enough time, about a minute. Let's go ahead and get started with everything. The Cannes update of the week. Now, I am from Louisiana, so any news in terms of movies that has to do with Louisiana, I'm going to be sympathetic towards. So Blue Bayou is a movie that premiered last week. It was filmed in New Orleans, produced by a lot of people that are in New Orleans in the Louisiana film industry. It looks like you can look it up. The trailer is on YouTube right now, but it premiered last week at Cannes, and it was picked up by Focus Features. And if you don't know how Focus Features plays into everything, they're owned by Universal, and they're actually the branch of Universal that deals with the awards contenders. So if you see a movie that's put out by Focus Features, especially in the time frame they're going to be putting out Blue Bayou, which is the September-October time frame, that is awards season. So for everyone else that's from Louisiana, Blue Bayou is one to keep on the radar. It's about a poor family in New Orleans. The husband, I think it's the husband. Anyway, the protagonist is Asian American, I think Korean specifically. Korean, and ICE ends up deporting him. There's definitely a political edge there. So I would say that we'll see how things are in about 9 months, but it's very possible that because of that, that could be the edge that it needs to be competitive whenever the Oscars come around. Also, on a more fun bent, the new Wes Anderson movie premiered, The French Dispatch, which is very exciting. You know what? It sucks that this movie didn't come out last year because of everything that happened. But the plus side of it, Wes Anderson is about to start filming his new movie. And the one that is now at Cannes is going to be released in October as well. That comes out in October. So we're going to get pretty much a Wes Anderson movie, 2 Wes Anderson movies over the span of like 600 days. That's going to be pretty cool. It premiered to a lot of very positive feedback. So that is definitely one to look out for. That's very exciting. I love Wes Anderson. And it sounds like this is going to be more of the, not so much like the family-oriented stuff he was doing throughout the 2000s. It's going to be more of the, what is that? Grand Budapest Hotel, Isle of Dogs, kind of the more like technically his style and more of like an adventure type movie. All right. This one was very annoying to see. And this kind of just looks like film Twitter has always been annoying. Film Twitter is so annoying. But because of the Cannes Film Festival, last year, obviously, a lot of film festivals went online. And that means that people got screenings that they were able to go to. Okay, so for context, last year, everyone that didn't get to go to film festivals got to go to film festivals online. Okay, that's the basis of the drama. Maybe a little bit more context. People on film Twitter are a bitter, bitter bunch. So someone named Alex Billington at Cannes 2021 on Twitter tweeted out, "I'm always jealous, annoyed by pre-festival screenings in other cities because I believe a real film festival experience involves committing to the actual going to the festival, the process of getting there, organizing your schedule, attending screenings, and surviving." That's not a controversial take at all. That's not even a take. That's just saying, you know what? It's actually the best experience when you actually go to a festival. Twitter, at least film Twitter, blew up on this. We've got people, and these are not just like small people. These are verified accounts that actually review films and talk about film media. Imagine actually thinking film festivals need to be more exclusive than they already are. Lost in Film goes, "Agreed. Film festivals should be accessible for critics, writers everywhere with virtual screenings and other online options. This would enrich the film community. The on-site and online festivals can coexist." the fact that people are still wanting film festivals to be an expensive and exclusive event after the incredible year of blended and online access, especially those who prioritize accessibility, don't realize their privilege. Okay, so let's break this down. Why is this so annoying? It's annoying because people, especially people that are verified on Twitter and actually have their livings, or at least part of their livings, talking about films and covering film festivals, clearly don't understand the point of a film festival. The point of a film festival, and it feels a little shitty to say this, but like, it's just upsetting to see all of this online. The point of a film festival is to bring a bunch of movies, most of which were done independently, not for a ton of money, to put them together in a very collective spot. Everyone that's going to go and watch the movies, yes, there are some festivals that allow a lot of people to either buy tickets or get an invitation is the more common one, especially for Cannes. But really, it's for people that are going to be buying and selling these movies, because a lot of these movies were made by production companies. No one is actually owning and distributing these movies. An added value, people buy a filmmaker's or a film crew's movie, and the exclusivity of the festival and the fact that there are critics there is the thing that generates the hype throughout the world, which is why I'm telling you here, we're excited about Blue Bayou. We are excited about the new Wes Anderson movie. And that makes it so that whenever they actually put them through the awards process, whenever they put them out, either through hypes from trailers that are coming out literally right now from Cannes, the point of all of this is to build hype so that whenever the movies do come out, the money gets to the distribution companies, which then goes to the filmmakers. Like, this is all, if we were to broaden out the expectation and just treat it like AMC, but online, treat Cannes Film Festival like Netflix, but it's like in France and it's connected to the film festival. If that happened, Cannes would get all of the money. Cannes would get all the money, which makes no sense. They're freaking sponsored by L'Oreal. They've got plenty of money. There's no venue in order to actually build all of that out to be like that. That's a totally different system. And if you built it out like that, the result would end up being the exact same thing. Whether people like it or not, movies are products that have to be sold. Film festivals are the way that they make it so that the best movies end up making money, which means the filmmakers make money, which means they either win awards or they go on to make other things. This whole like blah, 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 make it more accessible to everyone just doesn't get the point, or people that review movies are just jealous about the fact that they're not going to these festivals. Also, I mean, you can also go to Cannes and watch the movies. Like, there's a theater like right next door for people to buy a ticket. Anyone can go and see it. It's stupid. Anyway, let's move on to the Emmys now. Quick, I'll just run through like the top ones right here. Limited series, I think we're looking at Queen's Gambit, Mayor of Easttown, or The Underground Railroad. I would say maybe Mayor of Easttown, just from the buzz I've heard. I haven't seen that yet. Comedy series, I think you're either at Ted Lasso or The Flight Attendant. I think that's probably going to be Ted Lasso. Then outstanding drama, you've got The Crown, The Mandalorian. Bridgerton's on there. Who cares about why would Bridgerton, if you've got an awards ceremony, why like maybe Teen Choice Award for that or something? But I'm going to think that I would go with The Mandalorian because everyone was a kid at one point and everyone loves The Mandalorian. The bigger thing for this, the Emmys last year sucked. Like, the last time watching the Emmys, that was the first time that I really felt like, okay, the people that kind of shut out award ceremonies, they have a point. The last year was so bad. They screwed that up big time. And honestly, with how the Oscars were, I'm probably not going to watch the Oscars next year unless the movies really are incredible. I don't want to watch the Emmys. I don't think I'm going to watch the Emmys. I'm not very excited about this. If anything, I'm going to spend the time and watch some of the stuff that's nominated. So if you're kind of keeping an eye on the Emmys, are you excited about these things? Are you excited about anything that's nominated? People say Mayor of Easttown's incredible. So maybe that's worth watching. We'll see. Okay. Two more things. Space Jam came out today. It started this morning whenever I woke up. It was at 42% on Rotten Tomatoes. I looked about 30 minutes later. It was at 38%. I actually don't know what it's at right now. This movie is tanking critically. And it's very fair. A lot of people on Twitter, I think, are very fair about Space Jam. They say the 1996 version was never about being critical. It was never about the adults to go and watch it. And that's totally fair. I had a conversation with a short filmmaker this week. Excellent point. Movies that are made for kids, there is absolutely no reason that older people making like critical comments about little kids movies, part of that is kind of creepy. Part of that's a little gross. I think if you're going to put the Clockwork Orange characters though in the new Space Jam, that's but okay. Anyway, I think that there is a point to say that this movie is meant for kids. This movie is not here trying to be Shawshank Redemption. It's not trying to get an Oscar. It's trying to be entertaining for kids. And the very fact that Warner Brothers is using the properties that they have, perfectly fine. I have no problem with there being a Space Jam 2 the way that a lot of people seem to have a big problem with there being a Space Jam 2. That being said, the reviews are making it sound like this movie is like pure crap. Like the reviews are this. There's a difference between seeing a movie that's a kid's movie and being like, it's for kids. It's not for me. I'm not the audience. But you could also watch a movie. And even if you're not the audience, you can tell this thing is really bad. And from the looks of it, it looks like Space Jam 2 is probably going to be the level of bad that puts it on everyone's like worst 3 movies of the year. Or it's not even a question. It's going to dominate the Razzies type of movie of the year. So again, I'm going to watch it this weekend. I'll be reviewing it. I'm going with an open mind. I really like Looney Tunes. I liked the first one, watching it as a kid. I haven't watched it again, and I'm not going into this one expecting some type of masterpiece. And I know the audience is for kids, so if it does well as a movie for kids, then that's enjoyable. But still, it's weird that it's doing this bad. And the fact that movies that do this bad, it's almost like they don't even pass the taste test of what a movie's supposed to look and feel like. But we'll see. Also, it seems like people don't really like LeBron. I'm not a sports person, so I don't know the story behind that. But okay, also, the review of this week is Zola. Reviews come out every single week on Friday at noon Central Time. The one for this week is late. I apologize for that. I was editing it early this morning. It's not ready yet. It's been processing. So give it about, I would say about 30 minutes after this stream ends, and that one will appear on the channel as a premiere. Feel free to watch it, engage with it. If you've seen it, let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts about all these issues here today. Like, are you excited about Blue Bayou, the new Wes Anderson movie, The French Dispatch? Are there any movies that you've heard about from Cannes that you're excited about? What is your thought, honestly, about this whole like film festival thing? Like, would you think that it would bring more value to movies if we were to have every movie from the Sundance Film Festival, every movie from Cannes streamed online for people to watch like months before they're actually released or even owned by some distribution company? What are your thoughts on the Emmys? Are you excited for Space Jam? Or I guess the more important question, are your kids excited for Space Jam? Let me know. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. It's 5 Minute Critic. And again, as always, thank you very much for watching. And be sure to subscribe for future updates on reviews and movie news.